Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Shadowhand. Let's continue. So we're back to Avalon Marsh after taking a side chapter to get the story basically explained to the main character by a random character. Um, and now Avalon Marsh 1 was pretty difficult. And the question, I guess, really comes down to, is it going to just be easier now for the last few chapters and kind of a cakewalk? And it might be, as we are slightly more powerful now, we have better equipment. Um, like, I didn't look at the description at the beginning, but we'll look at that later. Ah, the British countryside, how delightful. Of course, this is a joke. They're showing that it's rainy and dark. I pray that my journey back is a swift one. I refuse to allow the odious Peregrine to betray the Darkmoor of Darkmoor Hall for a moment longer. So she found out that her estate manager, Peregrine, has been stealing money. And like we were told through following the story that much earlier than Lady Cornelia Shadowhand was told that, and so there's kind of no reason to have both revelations. Um, if anything, I think you probably would have wanted to build up Peregrine as seeming like the trusted advisor earlier, so his betrayal stung a lot more when the reveal did happen. And when we get to Peregrine, I don't know if we're actually going to duel him or what. We're back to needing 20 stars out of potentially 24 stars. So we're going to have to get really lucky. We also need to loot 1,300 gold, which shouldn't be that hard. And of course, defeat the chapter boss. So let's play. So yeah, standard solitaire, and we're just going to be building up our items, I guess, to start with. So we can go 0 and 9. And then that's about all we can do, so we'll shuffle. Interesting, there's 2 lantern cards right in the middle. And we now know that. And let's see if we can hit this. And see if we can hit this. And that pretty much gets us as close as we can. Go. 5, 6 to clear one, or 6 to clear another. 6 to clear one makes a lot of sense. 2, 3, 4, Joker. Gives us another Joker. We're going to try and build up our Joker pool. 0. I seriously doubt we're going to get to the final chapter, though, and we're going to need a full collection of Jokers or spare cards in general to just help us actually succeed. I think we will be either on par or overpowered by the time we do make it to the final section. And there still is a possibility that we'll just have so much frustration in some chapter that I do drop down to normal mode. Which I'd like to avoid since we started on hard mode, and it doesn't seem like we're 100% guaranteed that we're going to fail otherwise. Let's see, 5 doesn't do us any good, 8 doesn't do us any good, 7 can get this 8, 1 can get 0, 1, 9 can't do us any good, 2 can get us 3 here, or this 1, so we do this 1, that brings us back to 2, that then brings us to 3. We have 9 more card options, and a lot of cards on the field, so this may be closer to a failure than it seems at first glance. Particularly if we start seeing a lot of spare cards taking up the remaining cards. 8 gets this 9. 9 can't do anything. 0 can get that. 2 can get this 3. And 7 can get this 8 or this 6. And so either we spend the spare 7, which I guess we just do. Spend the spare 7 here to play this. Then you spare this joker to get these 2. And that sets you back to the same number of wild cards you had at the beginning. But we're a step closer. All of my gunpowder is soaked through. With this heavy rain, I must put my guns aside for the time being. That is unfortunate. The disgruntled locals are abroad once again. This is unfortunate. Well, the good news is I wasn't using guns anyways. Make sure you choose an alternate weapon. So, the way you would obviously solve this is you would put a resistance to, or deflect pistol and muskets to 100% on the character, but they didn't do that. We have Piercy, which maybe is a reference to Piercy Jackson comic book series. Not a comic book series, book series. Alright, well, these aren't weapons, so I'm fine.
Duel.
So now he has increased defense for 5 turns. Meanwhile, I can not really do anything anyway, so I'll just end the turn. Piercy throwing knives that have pierce. Nice little pun. And then swords. I guess we can move forward to unlocking that. And his has a base damage of 14 with a 20% chance of stun. We can't play this 9 yet, which means we would need a 7. We can't play the 7 yet. In fact, I think that means there really is only 5 cards face up at the moment. Well, we deflected 1. 110 health to 45 health. Might not be a terrible idea just to refill our health now. Let's see. 9010. 0, 1, 2. I don't know how many things are. 15% chance to cause stun. 15% chance to cause stun. 15% chance to cause bleeding on both. Okay. So ideally you would want to hit this, change this, play that to unlock that. That doesn't really help you any further. And are there going to be any more face-up cards later? Possibly. We already have an attack. We probably shouldn't waste time. Let's do this and hope it gives them bleeding. Because that's about the only thing we're actually hoping for here is just a bleeding attack. With these spiked gloves. Okay, well, we have a 2. We really only have 2 things up, face up. And his defense up ability is gone. So I'm just gonna throw this. And finally we may actually be able to play something now. Is there any chance that we're gonna have more cards face up, or should we just play this now? I think we just play this now. Spare card. 4, 5. Then we go 8, 7. There we got a little bleed, but we would have to hope that bleed just continues quite a bit. Is it time to play this? Probably. You have a 9 and 9 and a 9 up front. Alright, well, he's probably not going to be able to play. I'm probably not going to be able to play. This is probably going to be the end of this deal, and we'll start over again next time. The problem here is my defense still does not feel like it is working as well as their defense, and we have the exact same amount of defense. And that's confusing, certainly. It just doesn't feel like the game is doing the same thing for the same characters, or for the player versus the other characters. And all of these stats, which there's a lot of numbers here, most of which don't matter, seem to be lower than my stats, so I don't know if there's a stealth factor that's playing into that or what. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6. Is there anything more that we'd want to play? Probably not. Maybe we can get this to balance out now. Although I think I may still end up having to just refill my health. And yeah, the fact that bleed is doing 7 damage for 3 turns and then regular attack is barely doing 4 seems imbalanced. And honestly, I guess that may feed into a larger feeling that I have where these weapons are just not strong enough compared to our competitors, who always seem to be one step ahead. But I guess I am playing it on very hard mode, and if anything, this is the reason why I don't like to play things on very hard mode, is that they often are just balanced to make things more difficult than I would care for. Stun. Okay. That might save us. Shouldn't have done that. I should have done that, obviously. 6. Then you take a 7, 8, 9. And then do we take a 0 or an 8? 2, I don't think plays, so we'll attack here. We may still not get 3 stars. Like, we've done 20 turns, we need to do it in 23 turns. So we need to win in the next move, or very close to the next move. 13 damage, pierces, wins. And that saves us time. And we get one throwable knife back. Which it kind of feels like you should get the throwing knife back, or have a high chance of getting it back always anyways. And clearly this is supposed to be like a shelter of some sort. Let's just play now and not equip, because we don't know what we're really equipping for. So we can just wait until the next duel happens to make that decision. 0, 4. There we go. 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not bad. And we can shuffle now, which we might as well do it. And 6, 7. And then we could try and change this card to an 8. So that brings that back to 9, 0, 1, 2. And just go ahead and play this. Alright, not bad. 1 doesn't help, but then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or go back to 6. We go to 6. Alright. 9 gets this one. 9 gets this one. 9 gets this one. 7 does nothing. 0 can get this one and this 2. And then the 3. Oh, there's an item down here. Feels like they shrunk the size of the box so you couldn't see it as easily. 5 does nothing. We have 6 more chances. 2. Yeah, it's just loot. 8, 9, 8. 4, and see, we're probably going to end up using a joker if we're not really, really lucky. Well, we know what we can see, so if we see a 2 or a 0, we could play the 0 on this. So if we see a 2, we should just use the joker to get the 9. Alright. I got extremely lucky there. But again, that subchapter just feels like kind of a wasted waste of time. It didn't really do anything for us. It was just yet another game of solitaire, which, yeah, I guess if you like solitaire and if you were only doing 1 chapter a day, maybe that'd be okay. Actually, if I think about it though, having to play 8 games of solitaire in one sitting still feels like way too much. Now that I actually think about it, like as a YouTube video game critic, I play in long bursts, so it's not uncommon to play for 2 hours, 3 hours in a row and think nothing of it. But yeah, if you were actually just going to play solitaire, you'd want to be able to do 8-1, it'd save your progress, and then you could come back. And maybe you can exit out and come back, but it sure doesn't feel like it's encouraging the player to do that or even realize that that's an opportunity. I wouldn't be surprised if you did chapter like 1-1 and finished it and then you exited. You would then have to start all over again. I feel like Regency Solitaire, in my vague recollection, and this could be just totally wrong, I think it was better about separating out individual games. Knowing the truth is one thing, living to tell the tale is another. Young woman, I beseech you, let me pass. So here we have Viv, and that. Who knows where that name's coming from. Alright. We've got things, so we should use things. Extra card as our final backup. These grog bombs not really doing anything for us. Cursing, curing poison or bleeding or things like that. All not really worth holding on to. And this is the lady with the leeches and can cure bleeding herself. It's kind of surprising that her weapons don't do poison damage and then the leeches might accidentally cure you. Duel. Yeah, had I done more research, I would have obviously realized that I should have had some anti-bleeding concept. But her bleed is only doing 5 damage, where my bleed seems to do 7. Which that's a big difference. Okay. – 20% of maximum health, throw a knife to start. I think you just end the turn here. And she threw the leeches again. Which still is just 5 damage per turn, so she is now completely out of her depth. So I could hit her, start bleeding. She may use the anti-bleed poultice here. Poultice. I don't even know how you pronounce that word. It's probably poultice. Unlocking this card is probably a mistake. Unlocking one of these cards is probably smarter. So let's go with that. 3, 2. Then we go to 3 again. It does unlock that. Should I shuffle at this point or try and change any of the cards? Changing that one, probably not a bad idea. 2. Then get this 3 out of the way. 4. Another 3. Very little left to do, and I'm not sure that it's worth even shuffling at this point. And I'm already, damage-wise, well situated. The only thing is, I guess, the number of turns might be an issue. So we'll want to keep an eye out on that. 6. I guess we open that. And then, do I want to shuffle? Or do I want to just joker? Actually, let's just throw it. That worked out very well for the opponent, unfortunately. Might as well shuffle the cards, I guess. Give it a try. Does she have a resistance to bleed? Is that why she hasn't bled yet? No. Do 25% of your health, 20%. But weapons time slows. For 2 turns, weapon charge slows. Not for the rest of the game. Most of these descriptions make it feel like it's going to be for the rest of the game, and it isn't. Alright, she's stunned. 8. Attack. Come on, bleed. Come on, bleed. How many turns have I taken now? 13. So we have 3 more turns where we'd want to try and win. 7, 6, 5, or 7. I guess you go 5. And then this is the right move, I think. And then this 4. If I played now a Joker now, I could do, see, 7, 6, and that's about it. It's just attack and hope we get lucky. Okay, we could go 5, 4 now. And try and burn some cards. I don't know if that really helped anything. Could go Joker 9, 8, 7. How many turns is this? 14, 17. So if I could do 10 damage and bleed, maybe I can win here. Three, 2, 3, 2. Why, that spare card has been there, I guess, for a while, and I haven't even been paying attention to it. And then 2, 1. Yeah, 2, 1, 2, 1. 17 minus 7 does 10. On the 15th turn, gets us 3 stars. Okay. We get some more leeches. And again, we'll just equip later and play another standard solitaire game. This plus. If I do this 7, it gets us further to the 7, but if I do this 7, that gives me a new card. 6, 5, 6. Five. See. And if I was to roll this, I can't even hit these 2 cards. I didn't even realize they weren't on top. So if I was to roll this to a 4, maybe that would help me, but nope, didn't. Okay. 0 does nothing for us. 4 can get 2, 3, and then this 2 to unlock that one. And then this one, And then this 2. And then 3, 4, I guess, is better. 3, 4. We could play a 0 to get to this 9, but that's about it. Whereas we can just get to this 9 here and take this 8 while we're at it. Oops. And then that could have brought us back to that 9. And 4 can get that 3, then 2, then 1, then 2, then 1, then 2. Seems like there's just going to be a lot of loot in this one. This doesn't make sense though. I might be doomed here. Like, this card here has to be a face card, and this card here has to be a masquerade mask card. Otherwise, there's no way to unlock this. 2, 9, 0. So that proved to be a masquerade card. 9 does nothing for us. 8 does not. You know what? Just play this and do this. There's too many 5s on the field. 4. Play that. Doesn't matter. 6. Get rid of that 7. 6. And then 5. 17 options to get the remaining ones. There's a decent chance that will happen. 9, 0, 1, 8, 0, 3. Might as well play out all the cards and save this for the next deal, the next sub-chapter. We have 7 options to find a 9 or 0 or 1. There's a decent chance that's going to happen. We're well situated now where we could probably, well, almost certainly get all the stars. Gold, on the other hand, might be a little low. So unless we find a massive amount of loot, which we might, there might be a question about maybe I needed higher combos. Is there no end to this marsh? Either poverty or bad drainage seem to have made the inhabitants a surly bunch. Alright, well. She's got bleeding, poisons, and weakens the opponents. Alright, let's then equip an anti-poison, since we've got one. An antidote. And deal. So, yeah. That just slowed me down. 2 doesn't really do anything, 4 doesn't really do anything for us, so I think you go here first. And do we want to burn cards, or do we want to just use a spare 0 here? I think a spare 0 makes more sense. And then these. I could increase my defense if necessary, but I don't think it's going to actually be necessary. Right. Can't do anything here, so we'll drink the antidote. 4. We're looking to start some bleeding, I guess. 3. 50% chance. That didn't work. We could shuffle. Two, one. Zero. 8, 7, 8 to reveal 2 cards, and then attack. Yeah, we have a chance of stunning, a chance of bleeding, so if that happens just a couple of times, our success is almost going to be guaranteed. And she doesn't have a resist of stunning or bleeding, she just has resist piercing. 0, 1. So yeah, you play that, I guess, and then you play that, and then you play that. I'm starting to yawn. I really don't have a justification to be so tired so early in the day, but this game also kind of is draining after you've played 2 or 3 chapters in a row. Although at this point I'm starting to complain about being drained of energy playing almost every game I've covered, so maybe I'm just getting old. That is a very good possibility. Yeah. I suppose we will start hearing and seeing more YouTube video game reviewers and commentators who are specifically targeting elderly people and older people and we may even see game development go in that direction where you see games taking more breaks and just taking less time to play. Well, maybe that won't be the case though. Maybe the next generation of people who are approaching retirement age, not that I ain't really anywhere close to that, maybe they'll spend their entire retirements playing video games, so they'll want longer games. That's questionable though. I would imagine. Yeah, I almost ended the turn without playing, and I could have totally played. That there's just going to be more and more content and more stuff to distract you and entertain you, and most people are going to have less time, not more time, even in a retirement situation, or just less energy situation. And that is 2 very distinct things. You may have all the time in the world and still not really have the energy to play a game for several hours. Alright, well, I'll stop the bleeding. How many do we need here? 15 turns? Turns taken, 17. So we need this to kind of end fairly quickly. Like this turn. To just get a 2-star victory. Not even trying for a higher victory. This isn't bad. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. Shuffle. 3. Bleed in 13. Yeah, but it still would have to win this turn. Yeah, I just don't see that happening. 19 turns. I guess maybe if I win this turn, something would happen. But yeah, yeah. If we stick with that, then we'd have to get 3 stars in the remaining duels. I say we retry. We haven't retried any of the others, so. Let's see, 3, 4. I guess that's what you would do. Come on, 5, 5, 6. Do we go back to 5 or do we take a 7? And this was the one that had a slower weapons charge, so that whole combo I just did actually didn't play towards anything. Yeah. Again, she has no resistance to stun or bleed. It just does not happen enough. So maybe I should just be relying on the weapon with the highest base attack and nothing else. 1, 0. Is there something here that could cause me to do more damage? 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Stun. I don't know how much stunning actually helps though, other than just to help you guarantee victory. In the long run, it's still the same number of turns that you've taken, I would think. We once again have a situation where a female character's ahs and reactions to being hit stand out to my ears a lot more than the male characters. I kind of feel like the male characters barely say anything, if they make any sound at all. We've seen a lot more male characters as opponents, and none of their sound effects are memorable, or have been memorable up until this point. Play this. We'll do that just to move on to the next side. There we gotta bleed. 9, 0, 9. 9, 0, 9. Take a joker. Strike. Go ahead and just heal ourselves. 15 turns. 4. 5. Hmm. 8, 9. Let's see. Guess you play this 0, and then this 9, and then that 0 for sure, and then this 1, and this 0, and this 9. 0, 1. 2. That's not charged up enough. And yeah, you wouldn't want to use that spare card. There we go. We got 2 stars. Good enough. Let's just move forward. And that gives us marsh gas. I suppose in days of yore, knights had to fend off all kinds of vagabonds and stray wizards. This place is truly strange, and its people are even stranger. And here we're back to Merlin with his 99 health, 8 defense. We've gotten slight improvement here. 50% chance to pierce, 17 base damage, and a charge of 7. He also has extra rounds, leeches, marsh gas, and healing. Meanwhile, what we're going for would be, let's see, disarm. Sure. Or attack and defense weakening isn't a bad idea either. And boosting my defense wouldn't be a bad idea also. And see if this somehow becomes way easier. I am going to be questioning that a lot. Right, he is now disarmed for his 2 extra turns. So he's hit me with bleed and poison, which, while sucks, it's not particularly hard to do. Not hard to deal with. 8. If I played this 3, I could go 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do we hit some top cards? I don't think so. Not yet. And unless we can get a bleed going. Okay, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. Yeah, and this one's 23 turns, so it's gonna... It's a kind of low possibility of success there. There's just no cup card on the field at all. So I don't know how you're supposed to open this when looks like it might very well be impossible. Oh, there, it was hidden under the 4. Might as well just take the health now. 5, 6, 5, 7, 6. See. Okay, and then we, I guess, go 5, and then this 6. That's probably the best we could do. I could play a spare 0, but it's not really worth it. Unless we get some major bleed going on here, I don't see how we're gonna win at all, let alone win in a timely manner. We have a whole second sub challenge, which I feel like isn't even gonna be a duel. I feel like we're gonna just find a bunch of hidden gold in the marsh, which we probably need because we haven't really collected as much as seems like the game wanted us to. One, 0, I guess. Finally get a bleed. 3, 4, 5. Hit this. 4. 8. 3. 8. Wow. Yeah, we're just gonna play all these cards at this rate. 3 8s on the field. A bleed and a stun. If I played this now, I could open this. Odds of this being a 2 seem pretty low. And even if it was a 2, we'd go to that. I don't think we play a spare card. I think we just let the stun and bleed be enjoyed. Yep. It probably is worth it to do this. So there's 3 jokers, 3 well, 3 7s and 3 8s. So 7 8 7 8 7 8 9, then 8, then 9, then 0, 1. No reason to save it, I think. 0, 9. Okay. We are gonna win here in somewhere around 24 turns, so get 2 silver, which means we have to get at least 2 silver, I think, in the last sub-chapter, which should be fine. 4, 5, 4. 0, 9. I'm not gonna die, am I? No. Can't do anything there. So just need to be able to do some damage here, and then we should be able to get 2 stars. So we gotta play a Joker, I guess. Joker 101. One gives me enough to do damage, so he can bleed. Do we have enough gold? No, we don't. So there's 1 star left. We should be fine there. But we don't have enough gold, which only makes sense if we get like 3 100 loot bags in this next challenge. Now I've seen it all. This rust bucket must think he's king of the hill. Art, as in Arthur. What has he got? Recharge melee weapons 50% faster for 5 turns with dexterous drought. Throwing knife. Throwing knife. He has an ancient sword, melee land weapon. Hewn Hue for 20 base damage, attack bonus damage is increased by 50%. Ooh. Nice. Well, we might be in trouble here for a couple reasons. All the cards are face up. That's going to be potentially helpful. Of course, he's going to start on his own. And that increases melee weapons. And I guess this is a melee weapon where this is also a melee weapon. So are there 3 categories, I guess? There are tools, there are swords, there are guns, so there are melee weapons and ranged weapons, which are 2 different categories. Alright. It's 9 plays. And then everything being face up kind of makes the game more difficult, because it now is a case, particularly for me, where I can't see the trees through the forest, and so now I'm just seeing a huge amount of cards that look like they're all playable. So I'm just kind of hovering to adjust for that and seeing if something works. See, if I played this 2, that actually doesn't work too bad either. And if anything, maybe I'm supposed to be destroying his chance at a combo because of the danger that presents. 2, 3. I don't see any way this helps me any further. I mean, all we've got is 6s and 7s. I could play a Joker. I could go 8, 9, 6, 7. Yeah, let's do that. 8, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6. And unless this just lets me continue to play, which maybe it will, I could go another joker and go 1, 2. I don't think that would really help me much more. We could, however, shuffle. And then 5, 6, 5, 4, 3 doesn't let me play. I don't have too many options anyways. It's just this 7 1, this 9, and this one. 4. See if we can turn something here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 0, 9, 0. 2, 3, 4. Can't get to 5. Is that worth the combo? Some more. Or 6, 5, 4. 3, 2. Let's try that. 6, 5, 4, 3. 2. 46 damage. Hopefully stuns, hopefully bleeds. That bounces us in that first move. And then, yeah, playing these two doesn't really do anything for us. So, instead, what I want to do is just like disarm this guy. And do we want to weaken him even further? Or just punch him? He's now out of weapons. Let's get the bleed on him. Let's go ahead and guess throw this to him. Take that. Resist and deflect. Interesting. See, that gives them the possibility of just a really long combo, like what I've been doing. And he just kills me. Okay, so we gotta beat him. What should we do to try and make that happen? Increasing the chance of bleeding, I think is too bad. I think that's too bad. I think that's too bad. I think probably cancel slowness. Increase health. Take one of those. Do we need 2 health? No. None of these items are that special that they feel like they would help you. Alright. So if I don't play now, I leave it open to him making a huge combo. Do we want to go to 6? No, I think we want to go to 8. Kind of neither one, I think, matters too much. And it looks to me like we have this. Actually, I shouldn't have used that ability. Nine. Do we have a 0 now? No. We can go back to 8. And that's about it. Okay. What I wanted to do is increase the melee damage for 3 turns. And then 6, 7, 6. Change that to 5. Oh. 8, 9. Is it worth a joker? 3, 4. Then you do this. 0, 9. 6. Disarm him. Going for bleed. Six, 7, 8, 7, 9. Doesn't look like there's anything more we can do. This will barely do 9 damage. So take this next turn, I guess. Haste 2 turns, poison damage 5, increase attack, defense, weapon damage negative 30% in the next 2 turns. 1, 0, 1. Completely deflected. Completely deflected. Should we give up on this turn, on this, and redeal? Yeah, I think we just restart. There's just no point in even trying any further on that. We gotta play efficiently, otherwise this is gonna take forever. 7, 8. 7, 8, 9, and then it would just, I think, stop at that point, so. Okay. We have a joker. We may have to play a joker, or we reshuffle to start with. 9, 8, 7, 6. Eight. Alright, well, 0, 1, 2, 3. We go back to 4, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3. Do we have a 3? No. So the only thing we can do is a 5, then a 6. Do we have a 7? Yes. Do we have an 8? Yes. 9, 0, 9. 9. Do we have an 8? No. 0, 9 does as much as anything is going to do. Strike. 3, 2, 3. 4, 5. 8 more damage. We're close, but all he has to do is get one great combo and then he'll totally devastate me. 8, 9 gives me this gas, which honestly at this point maybe I should try the gas. Doesn't work. Taking extra turns, disabling a weapon, consuming alcohol that increases your stun ability. 7, 6. Okay, he's stunned, he's bleeding, good. Then you go 5, 4, get a throwing knife. Throw the knife at him to start with while he's bleeding. Take this. Come on. There's gotta be a 6 in this mess somewhere. 7, 6, 7. Maybe I undo that 7 though and instead take a 5, 4, take that, 2, 1, 0, 9, 8. Go ahead and shuffle. 8, 9, 0, 9, 0, 9, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go ahead and play this. We need gold, though. Yeah, I think we've lost no matter what here. Even if I do get a final blow on him and defeat him, I think I may have to just off-screen, straight up play it again. Yeah, you do this. That gets me another item. That's great and all. But there's like no coin multiplier or anything, so unless the loot gives me 300 gold, I don't even get it. I don't understand how you can be that far off your gold requirement. Let's see, I guess I could do a spare 4. Then we could go 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that the right move? Or 2, 1? Is that the right move? 2, 1 is probably a better move. 0. There are no 9s, but we can do this 1. Then we could do this 2. I don't think there's any reason to spend any more spare cards. Although I could do 4, 5, 6. It doesn't matter, we're gonna win anyways. Okay. Yeah, we need 86 more gold to go. An enemy loot was 180 gold. So, unless there's more loot here, I think we lost. Yeah. We got all of this done, and yet we still failed. And we collected the ancient sword, which I would totally use. Heavy felt hat. And a dexterous draught. It's ridiculous. Really, really ridiculous. And let's see. If you play on normal, gold is normal, where it's 10% less. So, would I have gotten enough gold if I had just been playing on normal? Yes, I would have. So I think that does really show that we are just going to have to drop down to normal. Like, it's not worth the effort and the time to try and finish the remaining chapters on very hard. Yeah, and that's frustrating, but otherwise I'm just going to rage quit the game. The description was in which Shadowhand prevails despite inclement weather. Inventory wise, we are back to where we were. So we did not level up. We do not have any of the items that we just would have gotten from loot. Yeah, that's frustrating. Okay. Well, I'm just going to play this off screen since you kind of know what's going to happen. Like, imagine what just happened, but I got slightly more gold. That is the experience I'm going to just have to have. Okay, well, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.